pick these up off the road so they didn't get run over, and I'd take them home and put them in my sandbox for a day or two before I released them. I love box turtles. Last time I checked the weather, it was 85 and felt like 96, even though it's cloudy. We've got an extreme heat warning coming up for the next 4 or 5 days. Actual temperatures are going to be close to 100, and heat index will be 110 or more. So it means I'm going to have to work early in the morning, and it's summer, so I've got the kids, and they don't like to get up early. So it's just a struggle when it's like that. First thing I did when I pulled into this yard was weed eat. Trying to keep up with it. That Johnson grass and milkweed and stuff takes off quick. I'm just feeding a few nukes in this yard, and this one is done. This was a nuke I made this spring. You can see she's a white queen. And they had 2 feeders up here in the top, but they have completely drawn this out. I tipped the hive, they're heavy. So we'll give them 2 extracted pollen frames. Came out of the honey house this morning, and they'll get those finished out, cleaned up and redrawn. This one's a little thin, so they'll draw on that a little bit more. I'll give them 1 more gallon, and then I'm done with them. They need some oxalic acid, some mite treatments and stuff, and on towards the fall, make sure they're heavy, but that's all I want from that hive this year. So this one has still got a little ways to go. They're not completely drawn, they're not all that heavy, so they'll get a couple more gallons. We'll try to get them finished out. I'm headed to my 9th bee yard of the day. It's including all my little nuke yards, leftover nukes from mating yards. It's my 3rd sweat band of the day. It's 87 degrees, feels like 97, high humidity, and it is going to get much, much worse over the next few days. So I'm just going to have to get the kids up early and take them to my dad's early and go work early and quit by 10, because it's going to be a 110 degree heat index. I'm passing by a yard that I need to pull the rest of the honey off of right now, but I don't have enough grow boxes on the trailer to pull honey off this yard, and I'm almost out of syrup. I've got a little bit of syrup left in the tank, and I don't want it to sit in there in this heat, so I need to get that out. So I'm heading up to a yard that's got a few nukes in it, and there's actually a couple of deep 5-frame nukes that I made, and they don't have feeders in them, so I'm going to transfer them into boxes, deep boxes, and get some feed in them, see if I can get them to grow. Long day, hot day. I'd say that little guy's ready to transfer. They've had no feed at all. I don't keep any deep feeders, so I'm using the medium in here. It works fine. They'll build comb on the bottom of it. It's kind of aggravating, but it'll be okay. I'm not going to go invest in a bunch of deep equipment because I really want to sell all the deep stuff I've got over time, get it weeded out, be more consistent. Just had a bee sting me for almost no reason. Opened this lid and I saw a black widow. She's probably under the bottom board right now. Whew, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think I just saw her. Maybe that was a different spider. Don't put your hands anywhere you can't see. Back in this yard this morning, a little later than I was hoping to be. Just feeding and assessing. Got one or two down here. I don't know if the queens are laying or not. My queens have really slowed down since the nectar flow has stopped. Some of them are still going pretty good, but some of them are getting ready for dearth. But I'm trying to get the rest of my honey pulled out of this yard, get them in condition for the dearth and to requeen or split. Come across a good one every now and then, and I may just turn this into a queen rearing unit and a breeder. Just take eggs out of the bottom and turn it into a cell builder, and probably just use the cells in this yard and other yards to try to get some new queens going. Vacation's coming up pretty quick. I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks out west, so timing is going to get very, very tight on getting all this work done. Might need to simplify and just focus on getting the honey crop off and then hit it hard in August. We'll see. We got 2 weeks in July and then it's into August. So I'm back to my monster hive, and I finally dug into it enough to prove that it is a double queen colony. So I used the top portion as a cell builder and had the queen over a double screen board, and they must have made an emergency cell in here that I did not find. And when I flipped it back, they made a queen up top, and she went out and mated, and now I've got 2 queens in this colony. So the one next to it is weak. I'm wondering if they are queenless. So I'm just going to take all 5 of these supers and pile them up on top of this. I'll take the grow box off. They won't need that. And these bees and that queen should overwhelm a queen if it's down there, and if not, it's going to get a big boost. I'll put the grow box on that one and feed them. They're going to get a lot of these bees back, but that'll be okay. I'm trying to get this one requeen, not find this queen after this hive sits for a while and figures things out. I'll just come in and fume those bees down here in a week or 2, hopefully, and get an excluder in there, let the brood age out, and then harvest those honey supers later in the summer. You got to be flexible with queens and harvest and all this stuff. You know, you find something like this, you need a way to solve it, and find something like this, need a way to solve it. Well, it just so happens that these are next to each other. It's handy. It's July the 4th. Our swarm season is normally early April. There's definitely a swarm thinking about that spot. They haven't moved in yet, but they're thinking about it. Well, happy 4th of July, everybody. 250 years. Pretty good years. I checked the scale hive this morning, and the June flow is definitely over with. We gained 52 pounds from June 9th to June 18th. And since then, there have been minor gains and losses, but staying pretty steady. You know, they're bringing in enough to cover what they're eating every day, but that's about it. So I'm off to pull some honey this morning. Well, it's the time of year to start cycling through and really push to get the honey crop in and get the bees in shape for winter. Start getting mite treatments done. But I am suffering from a lack of enthusiasm right now. This is the time of year it starts to be a grind. I've been grinding on the bees since March, April, May, June. We're into July now, so maybe over 4 months. We've got a vacation coming up in a couple weeks, and being away from the bees for a little while will probably be a good thing for me. And it's hard to be enthused about getting up in the morning and going out and soaking your clothes, including socks inside your boots, with sweat before 10 a.m. in the morning. The heat indexes this past week have been just atrocious. 105 to 112 heat index every day. High humidity, actual temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. It's just been awful. So try to work in the mornings and then, slack off in the afternoon. It's a hard time of year to really get a lot of stuff done. Thankfully, I'm ahead of where I've been in past years. I got my splits made early. I was considering making some late splits to increase my numbers a little bit, but I don't know. I got into a hive I wanted to make into a cell builder, and they were getting ready for dearth. The queen had almost shut down. There was very little brood to make a split with, and I've got some that I could, but man, I don't know. I've had bad luck in the past with making late splits, so may just wait till next year on that and worry with my honey crop. I have a bad habit of being overly optimistic and underestimating the amount of time it's going to take to get things done and the amount of work it's going to be. I always have this rosy picture in my mind of how quick I can get things done, and that's why I'm always behind where I think I ought to be. So it's probably best just to focus on getting my honey crop off and making sure my bees are really healthy for the fall. Probably the best thing. I've started harvesting honey earlier this year than I ever have because I had my equipment set up and ready. Every year I've been upgrading, and I upgraded again this year. I got a new uncapper, but I knew that this was going to be a problem getting everything ready, so I worked on it during cold weather and got everything set up and was basically ready to go before I needed to be. So I've been harvesting honey. I got quite a bit off of hives already. I've just got a lot more to go. So I'm not as behind as I have been in years past, trying to strip honey off. Hopefully I'm not stripping honey off in October this year. I would love to get done in August. I know I'm not going to get done in July because I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks in July. But it'd be great if I could get done in August. It's amazing what a creature of habit and routine I am. So my truck stays a mess. I live out of this truck. I work out of this truck every day. So everything that I need migrates into this truck and tends to stay in it. And I'm on muddy back roads and fields, and it's a mess. Anyway, it had to go into the shop this week to have lower ball joints replaced. I borrowed my dad's truck for a day, 1 day. And I had to work bees that day. So this is the first day that I've worked bees since then. This morning I backed up to my trailer. Well, my ball and receiver hitch are on my dad's truck. Had to go to his house and get that. Get the trailer, get over here to the bee yard. I'm pulling honey today. I have to have a leaf blower to blow the residual bees out of the supers. Leaf blower's in the house because I didn't want to leave that in my truck while it was at the mechanics. So I go back home and get the leaf blower. There's a reason my truck stays like this. I know where everything is. It's disorganized and in a pile, but it's all in this vehicle. Everything I need is in this vehicle somewhere. Just gotta laugh at yourself sometimes. The bad thing about the time I lost this morning is if I finish this yard by 10:30, it's in the shade. And after that, it's in the sun. So I'm in the sun now. But we're moving along. I'll have to deal with this hive later. Hopefully they've requeened. New queen. I think the bottom was queenless, so this was the hive that I had a queen above the excluder over here and a queen below the excluder. So I just took all the honey supers and put it on this queenless one, the one I thought was queenless. I'll let them, I'll fume those supers down in a week or two, get the queen down, and then harvest the honey above after the brood emerges from it. These are looking pretty good. Strong bees. I just fed them again. They've got some comb in there. Starting to pick up a little bit of weight. So that's good. Healthy bees. That one's a little smaller. They're doing okay. These are Little Robbie. We got some sniffers, so I can't leave honey out for too long, but these are pretty typical supers. It's a good honey year. What the bees really like to do is they fill the top boxes first, especially if you've got drawn comb on it. And then right above the brood nest, they like to keep some open space. And they'll bring nectar up and put it in there, and then it gets transferred up in the hive after they dry it out some. The June flow actually filled a lot of that empty space up. So I've got honey all the way down. Some of these are 4 supers full of honey. So that's good. That's 35 pounds a piece. You know, some of these got 140 pounds of honey on them. A lot of them won't do that, but some of them will. I don't know what my average will be this year. It's hard to keep track of production colonies and production per colony when you've got so many good ones and middling ones and ones that are culls and all that stuff. But it's going to be a good year. That one's got quite a few bees left in it. That was a 9-frame super that I put up here, and it's pretty full. A lot of lifting, but it's a happy chore, I guess. It's better than the alternative. Sweat's been dripping off my eyelashes. It's hot today. Whew.